Alrighty, good morning. Been a little while since we've been on here, so I needed a minute to figure out what my stuff was like. But yes, hello, I am Farley, this is Ad Astra Draconis, and welcome to Minecraft, or more specifically, this is my single-player world, for where we play Cobblemon. It is a survival solo world, so no, this is not a shared server. I'm using the Cobblemon Battlecraft SMP Season 2 modpack with a few additions of my own for terrain generation and quality of life. So, it's been a while since I was last here, and yeah, let's have a quick look-see around just to refamiliarize ourselves with our world. So this is our initial starter house, still very plain, but hey, it does the business for what we've been doing. And of course, we've got our farm. We've got our outdoor enchanting setup in these charming ruins. We've got our big old berry patch over here, which of course does need to be reorganized at some point, but that is not today. We still have our incomplete building over here. This is our lab building. And also berry storage, though I've not done enough to take advantage of that yet. But we've got downstairs, still needs a bit of work, but we're making progress with the fossil lab. So we need to set up maybe a PC over here. We're still looking for a couple of fossils. They're still missing. And as you can see, we've got lots of fossils still in here. And we've even got one to collect. In fact, let's do that now. The last time we were on this world, we were actively working. Arctizold! Woo! We were actively working on a new path through the village that's right next door to our base. So now we're going to review all of that, and here's Arctizold. Well, not the worst, but not the best stats I've ever seen in my life, but definitely better than previous ones. And given how long it took to get all the pieces needed, I am not going to complain. So we've got Dracozolt, Arctizolt. Huzzah! Then we come up here, and then it's just all this white. Although I'm tempted now to kind of raise this up one. Because it is a half slab. It's only part way up. And while it stops things spawning in here, you get this awkward thing like this patch here. You can't put things down without them being floating in the air. And then we've got all our berries over here. And I'll need to figure out how do I make the barrels a bit bigger so they can store more. Or is it I need to make lots and lots of stuff to stack them. And then I need to sort out the storage terminal. That should be fun. But that is for another day. And then upstairs, we just do this. Whoop. We've got the tiniest, infinitesimally small potion setup. And we had a creeper fall down from above the last time we were in this world, which is never great. But we put some extra lights on top of the building to make up for it. But yep, so we got our build over here. Oop. And our waystones for getting around when we've travelled the world. And we put in a lovely new path the whole way around the village. So now we need to think about walls for protection. We need to think about, if we bring up the map, here we go. So you can see all the hard work we did, and you can even see the square that's forming. There is our magic carp pond, which does not currently have magic carp in it, but that's okay because that will be in time. So we're going to be working today on the village. So the things I need to do are a light source. I need to figure out like what kind of lanterns do we want here, because we need to really properly light this up. We need to think about a wall perimeter to really make this much more protected. It's all nice and square, and then you get over here and it gets a bit wiggly. That's okay. And then we've got our fishing bridge here, which you can barely see because it's blue wood. Lovely blue wood. And then once we've more or less got the walls around, the lights up, that's when we'll start revamping the houses. We'll change the veggie patch a little bit to make it a bit more efficient for the villagers. We'll do all sorts. Hello, Geodude. And of course, we'll be keeping an eye out for shinies while we're playing as well. For any new viewers visiting, and also for returning viewers who may not remember, because it's been a while since we've been in this world, every time we get a shiny Pokemon on this world, my viewers get to name it. So whoever speaks up first generally will be picked by me, and then they get to pick a name. And either they can default, and I'll name it after them directly, or they can give me the name, and I will tag the Pokemon with it. We have been quite lucky with the number of shinies this world's gotten over time. So if we come back out here a little bit, where is our shiny box? So we started this world with a shiny Eevee, which I think honestly was the best start I could possibly have hoped for. But we've got this box here, we've got all these here. We might well have more shinies elsewhere that I just haven't sorted back into the appropriate place. Yeah, as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3 right here. So let's do that now. I generally try to keep them listed in the order they show up in stream. There we go. And so yeah, we've got quite a fair amount. I'm quite pleased, to be honest. Now, let's have a quick sleep. And think about what we want. Now, we were doing a lot of work with the roads, so that's why we've got all this polished granite. And we're going to pop that in. Is it in here? It's in here. This was kind of my work tool bag. So you can see where I had the packed mud. Some of that being from the Magikarp Pond project. Now, something I have been thinking about is some lantern designs that require copper. Which could be a problem. Excuse me. Usually, copper doesn't have the most uses, and you can see I've got a fair bit here, but I've not been as diligent with collecting it as I have been in the past. So what we may need to do is go out and do a bit of farming, or certainly mining out the copper we have gathered over time, because we've got the 56 here, so we'll grab that. So what I may want to do is make some lanterns. I don't remember if the version I have here has... let's have a look. It's got all the copper doors. We've got these. We've got some stuff from McCall's, but not the backported stuff. So I might need to check if the backport is updated yet. But it could be nice to have like some copper bulb things in. Or look at some designs other people have done for just nice lighting around villages. Like nice lampposts is what we're really after. Now, something else I could probably get over time is there are a couple of mods that let you do hugely light around big areas, which really gets rid of a lot of mobs. We've been using those over on the Obsidian Refuge, which is a community server for a content creator called Virtuosita Silvert. You may know him from Battlecraft SMP, as well as the Cobblemon X Create series with Casey Blaze. Great series. Follow all the people on it. It's really fun. And we'll grab those as well. Now, where is my hammer? Alright, there's the fortune hammer. That's the one we're going to need. But yes, on the community server we've used it. I've certainly used it on a couple of areas where mob spawns can be very problematic, especially like things with build competitions. So we've had some certain torch mods that really just made life so much easier having them. Because they covered a very large area, but were very expensive accordingly. So I might think about that if I don't mind the expense in this world, but we'll see. For now, we may just want to think about getting a lot more copper. Because copper will go quite nicely with the granite road. You do get quite a bit of copper from ore. And it may also be worth looking into, where is a trial chamber? Do we want to strip that down and steal its parts? Which I certainly don't have a problem doing. We will always repurpose. There we go. Alright, so this should be it for now. But how are folks doing this fine Monday? I have a little bit of a sniffle, as some folks might be able to hear. I am actually healthy. I'm perfectly fine. But the cold weather just has me sniffling on this not so fine Monday morning. It's murky, misty. Looks like it's kind of doing that really fine misty rain, which is awful stuff. Don't know about anyone else, but I hate that kind of rain so much. Oh, look. Look at all this copper. We're going to need to put that in the super smelter. And then we'll put everything else in here. So let's see. But what are folks up to? Like, are you enjoying your own forever worlds? I have a feeling this is kind of my forever world. I didn't actually go out on my way to intend that, but it seems to be something that just kind of happened along the way. Which is funny because I've never really thought about it before. But this is my most persistent world, so I guess that's what really counts towards that kind of description. Alright. So looking on the map. Now we know copper tends to be quite high up on things, so what I'm going to do is go gather some more. So we need, well, we've got a silk touch hammer there, we've got our obsidian excavator, if we run into dirt. We've also got just the obsidian hammer for breaking things. We'll put these away for now. And you never know where you might need a bit of dirt on hand. I'll just put all the tools there. So let's go for a quick fly over to some mountains we haven't really bothered with in the past. And we can raid them to steal all their copper. So this is the village from above. It's quite large. It's got quite a population. In the middle over here, this tree used to be a little bit shorter, and there was a bit of a hill, as you can see from this part here. But we completely flattened it. Just got rid of it. So next we'll need to bring the bells down to ground level. Maybe make something a little bit fancier in the middle. Maybe some tents over here. So obviously for where they're trading all their stuff. I think that might be nice. And the Magic Carp Pond has its fortified wall. Oh, hello. And right there, we have a stone I didn't see before. We'll take that, thank you. Do we have torches? That's kind of an important question. Because if we don't, we might want to make some. It's looking like we don't. But we got redstone torch for that, so not quite what we're after. Oh, but that's what we're after right there. Oh, hello. A spider spawner. Wonderful. That'll be why I had some of these. And that's the spiders taken care of. Whoa! All right. Let's take all of this stuff because, yow. Well, most of the stuff. We don't need cat because we got loads of cat already. Diamond horse helmet, name tag. We can leave the bread. Oof! Even more Pokeballs. Okay. Track 13, which again we already have lots of. There we go. Oh, we've got another very handy well, if we ever want to make a spider spawner for, or use a spider spawner for anything, we are all set. So let's grab this coal. Oh, we've got a bit of a water drop over here. Oh, not much copper, but oh! And then I say that and get presented with even more copper. Okay. There we go. Well, that sure told me, huh? Alright. Let's see. Let's grab some of this stone. There we go. Well, that's a load of granite if we need more. Good to know. Anything over here? No, not so much. Let's have a quick nap. So what are folks up to in their worlds? I'd love to hear from you. Like, are you also playing Cobblemon, or are you just playing regular Minecraft? What sort of things are you looking to achieve in your world? I know in Cobblemon we're all excited, looking forward to 1.7. It's still a ways away. But probably closer than I think it is, let's be honest. Oh, more copper. Thank you. And the excavator comes in handy. Oh, more copper. Just what we wanted. Nope. This not so much with the wanting. Then we got more of our lovely, lovely calcite, which by lore in this world was left behind after a battle between giant legendary Pokemon. The exact ones, we don't know which. But the villagers all see it as a sign of their presence in the region. And so we have a bit of fun thinking about that from time to time. Generally, if we can build with calcite for certain things, we will. I try not to dig it up from areas that are super close to the village. So I'll usually go a bit further afield, though, funnily enough, further afield doesn't usually have as many deposits. So it's a little bit of a catch-22 of sorts. Right, so we're at 102 block. Excellent. So we're just going to go in here. Grab that coal. Oh, alright. Oh, hello. Without cheating too much, but I do see something fun on the map. Oh, I see lots of spider webs on the map. I don't like that. Ah! Didn't mean to do that. Whoa! That's a good thing I've got some good armor. But I do hear deadly babies, and we're not interested in that. Excuse you. Oh no. You're poison. What the heck? Where are you coming from? Oh, we don't like that. Did you hatch? Oh, we got a big old geode though. I will gleefully steal calcite from a geode, that's for sure. What the heck? And for anyone wondering, there is going to be an ad break shortly. This will run for 3 minutes, and it will allow everyone to then be uninterrupted by any more ads, no pre-roll, for at least an hour. Which frankly I'm all for, because pre-rolls are awful. Oh, I don't like that. Go away. Oh, they're so fast. I hate it. Now, where was... I think it's up here. Aha! Excuse me. Oh, full of sneezes today, again. It's a pod. Well, I paused for that. Oh, my apologies. That was just back-to-back back-to-back sneezes that nobody needed to hear. I hate winter. Winter sucks. But now we want to go a bit further up because copper generally... It's quite high up, not low down. But yeah, it looks like we got this over here. That's hope. So all of these are probably tunnels that I've dug over time. But let's see, anything interesting? And again, more sort of signs of things I might have dug in the over time. These are all submerged. It's always fun to look at the map. I try not to spoil too much for myself. But I'm also not above taking a look and saying, oh, that's interesting. Another one. Aha, moonstone. Yeah, we're still all in diamonds because we don't... It's not a priority to get into... Oh, no. There we go. Aha, copper. We won't say no to iron. There's always a use for iron. It may not be our priority right now, but it will be another time. Alright. There we go. Although one thing I might do is just go into the settings. There we go. Just to make it a little easier to see. Do let me know if you have any problems viewing things, because I will, or even hearing things. If the music's too loud, please do let me know. And I will do my best to fix it. Because goodness knows if it's too loud and you can't hear me speaking, that's a problem. If I'm too loud and you can't hear anything, like, do let me know. I'm happy to rebalance it. Something I want to work on heading into the new year is I want to try and really push this channel a bit more, do a bit better with the stream. I'm so grateful for all the follows I've gotten since I started at the end of May. Like, it's been really fun, and it's been something I didn't know I would enjoy doing, you know? Little bit of fun, little bit of whimsy for the reasons I started, but at the same time, it's never take anything for granted. You never know when it might come in use for you later. You're stuck in here with me! And then... Alright, grab that one, and that one, and these. Okay. Oh. Let's not go down there. Oh, hello, copper. Just what we were looking for. I was kind of hoping for a slightly more plentiful supply, but... your girl can't have it all, so we'll make do. Alright, we've got lots of andesite here. That could be useful. I do like it as a building block. Oh, and it led into a copper vein, so I definitely can't dislike it. Oh, we'll take the coal as well. Honestly, andesite I think is going to come quite handy when we get back to building around our village. Because it might be we want to use it for houses, or we want to use it on the base level. I'm undecided as of right now, but like I like andesite as a brick. I like the slightly different texture and color it brings. Let's put this down. Oh, hello. Yes. We'll take that, thank you. Where there's copper, there's often coal. Alright, let's back out here. We'll mop up a bit more andesite. Alright, we'll want to be a little careful here because it does look like there's a little bit of flooding. There we go. So, gathering montage. Get this out of the way. If you haven't used a hammer mod before, I highly recommend it. It's going to change your life. You can't ever go back, though. So if you're someone who really, really likes vanilla, you might not want to try it. Let's have a look. See. Alright, we got quite a bit of stone from our mining before. 43 iron. Still quite a bit caught that. Where is our andesite? Alright, so we want at least another couple of stacks. Making good progress with the copper. Grabbing it as we find it. Alright, coal grabbed. Mopping up. Big old square carved out. It's fine. I'm sure it's nothing important. So I'm running a poll at the moment over on my YouTube channel for the VODs. That's at Astra Draconis VODs, all one word. And it's, what would people like to see more of? Would you like to see me concentrate for a while on my single player world, which is currently what I'm thinking of doing, and I'm probably going to do for a little while. Would you like to see more Cobblemon related mod packs or worlds? Like, would you like me to check out more of the Cobblemon Academy or a different mod pack built around Cobblemon? Oh, just more mod packs in general? Or would you prefer me to play something that isn't even Minecraft? Like, did you like the Hades streams? Are you enjoying our giant robot hours on Sundays? Like, do you want to see more of that? Like, I'd love to hear. So if you want to skedaddle over to my YouTube channel when this stream's over, please do. Leave a comment, take part in the vote. I'd love to hear what you'd like to see. Because ultimately, all the things I listed are things that I really enjoy doing as it is. So if it happens that the audience really enjoys watching me do a certain thing, then that is the certain thing I will do for a little while. I think it's going to be worth it. And that does also include, like, you want to see me play games that make me cry? Like, I'll consider it. How do we define cry? Well, I will say not terror. I don't do jump scare horror games. Alright. Alright, so we've gotten a fair chunk of stuff here. Let's make our way out and up and out. Because copper does tend to be quite high up over anything else. Oh, hello, copper. See? Case in point. Oh, we got a water cave with iron in it. And we are escaping outside. Huzzah. Where are we in relation to everything else? Okay, not too far away still. We're back on the surface, more or less. I knew we heard the siren song of copper, so it sent us over this way. Gotta love it. Oh, and we've got another dusk stone. So let's grab that. I think. Can we escape here? Not quite. Okay. Oh. Alright, not quite what we want. Just so we don't go plummeting. There we go. Oh, look! It's a Quaxley. Well, I feel obligated to go catch it. Oh. Okay. Where are we? Is the water over here? Oh, there you are. But I see the gibble. I see the gibble going away. Alright, we want... We're water types. Let's grab a water ball. Goodness sake. That is not a smart duck. Oh, good. Alright, now we got to figure out where do we go to catch the gibble. I'm guessing somewhere up here. Ooh, wait, no, it's fading. Oh, we're in a cave. And of course it's this cave. There it is. That's not a bad gibble. Compared to some of the ones I've seen anyway. Hey! No fight at all. We'll take it. Come along, Mau Mau. No, can't fly on Mau Mau, so let's hop on 1 week. We've collected all our goods, and I think that's enough for now. Maybe it's not, maybe it is. I feel like it is. Yeah, so we had like a little more of a mud path around the farm versus the stricter granite, which I really liked. Like, I'm really liking how the path around the village turned out. The only thing I need to think about is, do I want to bring it down here and like have it run along the edge? Because I'm thinking I might do that after the fencing goes up. But I need to consider, how do I want to do it? Do I want to do more fences that look like this, a little ramshackly? Maybe ramshackle in places and stronger in others? I think that could be fun. Alright, so after all that, let's tally our stuff. So that's 2.5 stacks, or 2 3/4 stacks. Oh, I forgot we had the raw copper blocks. That's great. Where is the iron? We've got lots of coal. Do we only get 50 iron? Okay. Well, there are worse things, I suppose. Let's put the moonstone and duskstone away. Oh, which back? Here we go. So as you can see, we've got quite a few things already built up over time. This world has been quite generous to us when we've put the time in. So now let's fill up with more ore. Because once I've done the village, then I can put a bit of focus on sort of resources towards more Pokemon hunting and Pokemon related builds. Like, I do want to finish and update the Pokemon lab. I do feel that I've neglected that somewhat. I've put it off and put it off and put it off. But I shouldn't need to. But it is a big build. Accidentally a big build, and that's kind of overwhelmed me, I think. But that happens, you know? And part of this world's purpose is to teach me. It's like, what can I learn that I don't already know? Which is a lot. Like, there are plenty of Minecraft building techniques I don't know. So there's plenty of Minecrafters I've been watching to get ideas from. There's different softwares I don't know how to use that I'm going to try and learn. Like, I'd love to learn Axiom. I want to learn, like, Matica. And then 20 more. And then we put the coal. One thing I do enjoy is a spot of mining. Usually I'll do that off stream. Have a couple of videos playing while I'm at it, but we needed the copper. I think also the other materials are going to come in handy down the line, because you never know what you're going to build. Alright, that's that. And here's the fortune one, so away we go. The only thing it's really lacking is efficiency to make this go faster. But that's normal. But we're gonna dig all the way down. Almost there. Now, one thing I know is there are some mods that you can add that add like Pokemon themed buildings. I might do that in a future world project, but not for this one right now. Because part of the process for this one is I do want to learn. I want to learn building styles. I want to make buildings that look appropriate for their purpose, that kind of thing. Now let's raw copper that there. And then we can stick it in the smelter. And well then... one thing I do know is I will sometimes miss if a shiny Pokemon shows up if I'm really... Oh, wait. That's the wrong one. Ugh. Oh, well, you're there now, so... So that's all the copper there. Then we got all this coal. I don't know why I'm up this early, but hi. Well, hello. Sometimes you just wake up, and it is either the worst thing or the best thing. As someone who likes to sleep in, it's the worst thing for me, but it's handy when you need to go somewhere, I suppose. But good morning, lol. I can't think of a name. I hope that you slept well, at least, before you ended up joining us for this stream. Do you have plans for today? Work accepted, of course. Or college/school. I'm not going to presume I know what anyone's place is in life. But that should be, I think, more than enough to get us started on our journey. And let's leave half in here. Yeah, that's fine. We've got loads of dirt still. With loads of copper still. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're not going to be low on copper anytime soon, that's for sure. These are some of the trims we found so far. Some of the backpacks. I don't have anything to do. Oh, wow. That is a life of leisure indeed. As someone who, well, I would say the only thing I should be doing is job hunting. I sadly have not had any success. There was an interview thing I was going for a lot, before my trip away. Sadly, that did not go through. But maybe someday. Maybe someday that'll turn around. But for now, we're putting in the time, building our world and sharing it with everybody. So, here we go. I shouldn't give the villagers ideas, because I put that wall there specifically to keep them away from my house. It does not always work. And I have noticed since I revamped a few things that the village is looking a little emptier, which I don't like. I don't like that at all. It rather suggests that some have gone straying out into the wastes and not come back. So I think we're definitely going to need to make a priority of putting a wall up at some point. But if we do that, I think the wall is going to need certain materials. I think it's going to need a mix of... No, that's the wrong place. It's this one. There we go. We'll need some wood, and we will need lots of stone, which we now have. But again, I do think I'll go for something a little bit like this around parts of the village. Because I like it looking a little bit ramshackle. The original inspiration for trying this wall was here in Ireland. There's a sort of a very specific type of sort of stacked stone walls. You see them in sort of out in the countryside, especially around older areas where there's a lot of grassland, a lot of hills, and it's just a really unique look that's very difficult to capture and repeat in Minecraft. Used to get to college, but that's how they did not work out. They messed up my stuff for my first choice, which was cybersecurity after that, which I was just really bad at. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, there's nothing worse than getting messed over by administration, to be honest. It's like, that shouldn't have happened, and it did. And of course, you're the one who pays the price for it, not them. So, not a bad idea for lighting, but I feel like we can do better. I'm just not sure what kind of inspiration to take. Like, this is fine for over here by the bridge. But, again, like, now we've got all this over here. Need to figure out, like, do I want to... Because I do kind of want to keep... I want to keep, like, this bit here, because this is going to be a plot for something. Probably a building. I don't know what kind of building yet, but we're going to put a building here. Hence the big spot. But it's like, do I then bring this pathway over here? Or should it just have, like, the pathway to the building, and then maybe the building has a pathway down to the back? I feel like this should connect in some way, but because of the way the lore works here, that's lore, L-O-R-E, not law, we don't touch the calcite, so unfortunately we don't have to worry about that too much just yet. Now what I think we'll want to do is we're going to sort out lighting. We're going to put lighting sort of along the main areas of the town, and then we're going to focus on building the walls. And we're going to start over here and work our way around here, and then we can figure out this section. But I feel like this bit here, a wall of protection against the wasteland, is definitely necessary. Ooh, an Absol. I am a sucker for Absol. Yes, absolutely, we're keeping you. I have an entire, like, most of a box full of Absol. Ah, almost. Alright, so we're gonna grab a pot ball. Let's see. Alright, Ingram. You can handle it. Critical hit. Most of my Pokemon are fairly high level, so fighting that probably wouldn't have gone well if I had to. There we go. Maybe I should put this in the... Oh, I need to increase the advanced pickup so it's got a bit more room for more stuff. Okay. What do we want? Well, let's think about where do we want the lighting to go. And then we can put down maybe some stone. We've got plenty of stone blocks that we can use for marking. Where are we at? Let's grab a stack of these. And where'd that stone cutter go? So we put this here. We're just going to make a whole bunch of stone walls. So I figured one in from the path. We'll put that there. And then we can put, for now, we'll put that like that. And this is just to indicate, like, this is where we want to have a bit of lighting. So we've got this one here. Well, it's a traditional like, it does just the job that the village needs it to, but I'm like, I'd rather try and be consistent with the layout. So we'll probably put its replacement here. So we'll take this down now, actually. Where are my axes? Then we get extra torches. Yay! But then the question becomes, like, do we actually want to maybe move it, like, here? Is it too close? Is like here a better position for it? But we do want light to spread onto here, so we don't need the silk touch hammer for this. We'll take the efficiency one. That looks a little bit better. Though I think some of this is not really going to show off itself until we really get going. Then it comes a case of, well, we've got it on this side of a path. Do we want to then do it like 1, 2, 1, 2? Because it's obviously in line here, because it's 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 in really. Then 1, 2. Like, is this going to be too close to a tree? Would be better to maybe do like a fake branch and have a lantern, or just having a lantern hang from the tree, because that might work better just for aesthetics. Looks like we could put that one there, and it does the job. And it like there's still light here, but it also frees up a bit of space. I think that works really nicely. Then come back to here, put the torch on top. Huh, okay. Huh, okay. Okay, good, that's working. As intended. Alright, we'll go with that for now. So each time there's a pathway, it's not going to go there. It is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it'd be here. So this one will get moved as well. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Although here, the question might be maybe want to center it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2. So it could be worth actually to put that here instead. Because in this case, it's centered to here. Although, I suppose we could put it... It's a bit further in, but... And then makes it in line with all the other bits here. But I worry it's a little too far in. Okay. And then how often do we want to be putting these in? just to keep an even light going. We'll figure that out in a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, hello, Lanoon. Of course, we've got this tree here. Question is whether or not we want to keep it. I'm thinking probably not. It's nice to have, like, bushes and greenery. But 1, 2... then in this case it'll be 1, 2, 3. But then, of course, the question comes, do I maybe want to put it in line with this block? But I feel like the 3 placement is better. So if we get rid of this one, what does that do? Oh, we still got this over here, so let's grab this while I remember it's here. We do have this little path that was part of the natural build. The question becomes, like, do I want to keep this? Do I want to make it like a meandering path that cuts through over to when we have a building over here? Like, is that going to mean we need to start thinking about a bit of landscaping? Because I do think landscaping is important. But we also kept part of the shape like this, so it'd be worth it to even this part out to match it. And of course we have the good old Pokemon Center. We could sleep inside, but why would we do that? The sun rises, the rain stops, and there is a beautiful rainbow to start a new in-game day. For now, we'll put that there. Because I've lined this one up with this, does that mean I want to now, like, line the rest of it up if I'm going straight along here? Because part of this is, well, how do I want to landscape this? See, this is something I didn't actually consider when I was planning to do the lighting. It's like, well, the landscaping still needs doing as well, because that's going to dictate a lot of the shape language of the area. Because it's fine up until it isn't, if you know what I mean. So it's like, would we bring this further out here? And again, 1, 2, 3. So again, it's a case of, do I want to maybe move it back one? But is that then too far? Will what about the pathway? Is that going to be affected? I think what I'll need to definitely get is one of those mods that lets you see, like, what the light is in an area. Like, how much light level is. Because as long as it's at least 1, stuff shouldn't spawn. As we come down to like this sort of spot, because it's a lot flatter already, it makes it a lot easier to make these kind of decisions. But also because we're also doing a little bit of sneaky lighting, but we've got a jack-o'-lantern. And then the question becomes, do we want to do jack-o'-lanterns instead and maybe just have aesthetic whatchamacallit, street lamps or street lanterns, because that might ultimately be better overall, because really the main thing is we're wanting to make sure everything stays lit and we're not getting spawns of things that will explode or kill our villagers or kill us or the Pokemon around here. We really want to just make it a safe place. So that might be the thing we do instead, and we come back to these later. Let's do 2, 3. Let's put that there. Oh, I see an Eevee. I keep forgetting, I don't have an Elytra on this world. I've gotten used to like the bunny hop. Or Elytra hop, as they say. Ooh, a 70. Yeah, no, wait, come back here. 70 is good. We want that. Ugh, not quite. Alright, let's have you sleep. No, it's not dusk, so that's not going to do any good. I can't wait for Eevees to get, like, sleep animations. That's going to be so nice. Oh, it woke up already? No! Well, at least lots of sleep is a good thing. Not great physical defense, but that's okay. Yes! Alright, that's another Eevee. Let's see. So you can see, like, I marked with this. This is the boundary line where we're going to have the fence, or the wall, as it is. And so my thought was, we'll fill in this bit to make it all a little more smooth. And, so honestly, I know we were going to start out with all the lights and the lanterns, but I think a bit of terraforming is on the cards after all that consideration. So if we can smooth out some of this so it's less of a shock to the system when we go up and down to the wall, that would be nice. That's one. Seeing them over here, it's like, you could be trading over by, like, you know, the farm. Coming all the way over here makes it feel like it's, like, is this an illicit seed trade? Am I witnessing something I shouldn't be? What are my villagers up to that I don't know? These sussy neighbours. There we go. Like, because this bit here, actually, I've thought about it, maybe, like, actually taking it out, flattening this bit down, and then having the curve go up. Or at least making the curve happen a bit sooner. Oh. And then it also means filling in this little bit here. So the question then becomes, like, do I want to... How much do I want to change about this bit? Because I do feel like it does need to change, but it could be a bit more of a gentle curve, if that makes sense. So... I think it means we're going to fill this in. And take away the sand, which is fine, because we will find use for the sand. There is always use for sand. Oh, we got granite again. Alright, so we got this whole patch here that we can fill in with dirt. It's amazing how fast your dirt supply gets used up with a bit of terraforming. So you think, oh, I have way too much of it, and then suddenly it's all gone. There we go. I rather like having this tree here, so I think that's going to stay. We'll get rid of this. We'll put dirt in. Maybe... There we go. So already we've got this bit filled in. Don't think we want to go too high. But I do feel like we can make it sort of match maybe a little bit of this a bit better. Then... Oh, we got a Cyndaquil on the map. There was this area briefly, but... Hello, little one. These guys, Cyndaquil, the Hisuian, and the Regular, are like some of the most common Pokemon that show up in our territory, which is hilarious to me. This is our lovely Dratini. Well, former Dratini, they're dragging it now. Let's have a quick nap here. Bear with me a moment. I'm just getting messaged about a few things. God love scammers. Nope, nope, nope. Always be extra careful online, folks, because you never know who is trying to fish for your information, especially in this day and age with AI, generative AI, stealing identities and stealing information. Let's switch over the music. Something a little more upbeat. Let's have something with a bit more energy. We're definitely going to need more dirt. There we go. Then we might bring this down so it's a stair at some point. How does that look? That's looking a little bit better. Obviously it needs to grow in the grass a little bit as well. I do feel it can still come out one more. Yeah. We could put a new tree in. Because I do think this spot will be very blank without one. But maybe we can make a custom tree. That'll be nice practice. Oh, all the sneezes. Alright. I'm going to take a break to go get some tissues, because as you can hear, I am just sneezing like crazy. So let's do that. Oh, sorry about that. Ugh. Honestly, I don't know why I keep sneezing so much today. I mean, aside from, you know, the cold weather. Because I don't feel sick. So it better not be a prelude to getting sick. I'll be very annoyed. There are so many things I need to get on with at the moment that I really can't afford to be sick for. But life will do what it wants, so that's also something I have to be prepared for. There we go. And then you can make this a bit bigger. And fill this in. There we go. All the dirt. One thing I'm going to probably do again, because it's been a while since I watched it, but if you're thinking about building and you're a bit intimidated by the idea of terraforming, check out videos by people like, obviously, B-Dubs is one such person, but I also like looking at works by other creators like cryptozoology. And then obviously, who else? Corrales is a really good one. For terraforming, of course, there's Good Times with Scar is amazing. Fwip is another person who's really excellent to follow, especially with his whole revamped world. Like, the whole hardcore giant tree, like, that tree is amazing. If you've not seen it, you want to go check out some of his videos to really see what he's done there. But, and another person is Mog Swamp, who builds on Superflat. Builds, like, amazing things on Superflat. And then there's Jamal, who, from the way they described it when he was a guest on Hermitcraft, is he designs worlds. Like, he creates entire areas, like whole biomes. He'll do a whole revamp. And it's beautifully thematic. He's an amazing builder. I've had the pleasure of watching some of his streams recently, and it's so nice. Such good vibes and such good advice for building. And that's the nice thing about the fact that we have YouTube and Twitch and the like, is you can share what you're doing. That's what I'm doing here, of course, but you can share tips, you can share in the adventure, you can share what you've learned, and someone else might take those learnings and bring something entirely new to the table. Who are you? Oh! I receive, you receive. Fireworks star, cannon, gunpowder, TNT. Not really offering me anything I want, so no thank you. There we go. So starting to build this area up a little bit. And what I'd like to do is try and follow the existing, like, lines of the world, because natural Minecraft generation is not, like, always terrible. But it's figuring out how to make it look natural and not, like, out of place that's the hard part, especially for me. It's not always super even lines. How does this look? So if we go F4, like here, I think we need to maybe take that one away. We're getting a little bit more of a sort of a natural curve down. And bringing this up slightly definitely worked in our favor. So it could be we want to maybe flatten a little bit over here. But I do kind of like having this wall here. Like maybe what we can do is put like a bit of reinforcement like we did with the magic carp pond, but instead we can use stone and have that like a stone wall here, just surrounding it, acting very much as a bit of support for the ground to stop it from like collapsing down on top of the farm. I think that could look really nice. But yeah, so we've got just this bit here. It'll be like the path down, probably. I feel like, because this path here, like the path blocks here indicate this is where the wall is going to go. So, yeah. So the thought is, how flat does this need to be, or do I need to bring this up? Like the wall is going to end up going along, it's sort of slowly rising up by chunks along here anyway. But is it one of those cases of, do we want to try and keep like part of this on the same even keel? Because I feel like that's probably going to be worth it. And we don't want it looking like too flat or too unnatural. But I do think, like, I think we can take away this level here. Like, just that whole layer. And it also gives us space to build something, too. Alright. So I think, yeah, we've got rid of that one and that one. And then we can put the flowers back in due time. And we'll have this come down here. So what we might do is have like the gate for coming in and out of the village would be here. In which case we can fill this bit in just to add a bit more space. There we go. So the question then just becomes like, so this is where the path is. Boop, 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 boop. The edge of the path here comes up to the thing, so I think let's fill this in. Oop. Nope, don't want that. But this should then allow, because if the path is like here, and then we have a slight lip, yeah, that'll do. But we try not to, as I've mentioned already, we try not to touch the calcite, so I'll have to keep that in mind when we're putting the rest of the wall up, or at least the access. So obviously this would be maybe a good area for maybe a little bit of a dock to be along here. Because then obviously that'll be purely river access. We've got our existing little step bridge over there. And then we can actually bring out the wall into the water to kind of cut it off. That could be nice. Yeah, something to keep in mind. Alright, so back to more terraforming. Alright, let's look. Alright, so we're on the right track. So I think we want to fill a little bit over here. We're going to get rid of this top layer, get rid of it first, and then start connecting some of these layers up a bit better over here. Another one! I'm not sure why this is a Hisuian magnet, but I won't say no to it, you know? I already have so many, though. Ooh, flash fire, not bad, but you're not quite good enough to outdo the teams I already have, or at least the ones I've collected, so I'm sorry. I do love the way they stylize the flames, though, to tell a little bit of difference between the versions. I can't wait for Hisui and Growlithe, honestly. It's gonna be so cool to have them. There we go. So we got this top level taken off. I do think that's for the better. We got quite a few flowers from all of that as well. We'll need to replant those once we've got a bit more of this work done. But we're coming back over here first, so... There we go. I think they're upset that I'm interrupting their illicit seed trading by revamping the location. Alright, so we got... There we go, and then... Actually like that dip there. Alright, so we got that. How does that look? It's got a bit more of that area here. Because we've got this area that we flattened out. What are you doing? Like, I will never understand villagers. Never. Unless he's trying to catch an Eevee, in which case then I completely understand, Mr. Villager. But you're not, so... Oh! Oh, yeah, come back here. I think that's one of the highest Eevees I've caught, or will hopefully be catching on this world. Alright, let's put this away. We'll grab a couple of level balls. Level balls are so useful. They're underutilized. We're going to switch to Ingram to really make the level difference emphasized. Oh. Still asleep, so we'll try again. The downside of such a level difference, though, is, like, Ingram can just flatten it. Like, it is an unfair level difference. So then, coming back to here, what I think I'm going to do is get rid of that. Get rid of that. And we're going to need to just change this a little bit to make it look a little more natural. I said natural. But also having the flattened space helps with, like, where to build the wall. And how the wall layout is going to be. Because the question then becomes, like, do I want to make this the level the wall should come up to? Or do I want to be, like, keeping it more even? Like, how do I want to do this? Because ultimately, I think a lot of the wall height should stay pretty consistent and the same. So what I think it was probably worth doing is we're going to bring this in. This can stay up here, because this is just marking out where the wall's going to go. We'll get rid of it when the time comes. And then we have, like, this rather dramatic drop. So the question becomes, do I want to keep it like that? Is it going to be difficult to build with that in mind? Do I get rid of this whole segment here? Or do I keep it? Like, so I like the shape of this here coming around to kind of, like, poke over this. But at the same time, it's going to look very out of place once we get the wall in. So I'm wondering if it's even worth having that. Like, what would I build here instead? I do feel like building something in its place is going to be necessary. So I think maybe let's... Alright, so have this. And then... And then if I... Let's do this. Then we got, so this coming down. I don't know, was that a mistake? I feel like the way this can look, it's going to depend on what I do here. We're doing the support wall here. Which means we get rid of this here. So we can always rebuild, so that's not really an issue. How does that look? Okay, I can work with that. Oh, didn't mean to go there. And come around here. Okay. That looks a little better, I think. We can smooth out the slope. Here we go. That's looking better. I think really it's just the figuring out the wall But once you do, and obviously you need to get rid of that, it comes along here to over here. And we've flattened out quite a bit over here. So let's actually do the supporting wall now, because that will actually help me decide a little bit of the terraforming to include the wall a bit better. So let's have a look. See, we need one of these. And we'll need the mason table, because of course we will. We got some mossy cobblestone, that's good. The question is, are we going to need to go raid our cupboards for a few other things? I think we will. Although that being said... what did I want? Alright, cracked. So if you didn't know, you can actually put stone into a furnace and cook it, and it will come out as cracked stone. Let's see, what options we have here. Some running bond could be quite nice for texture, maybe. Let's just have a look. Yeah, that looks really nice for texture purposes. And I think... let's just go over and get some moss. Okay, moss. But we also have some pre-prepared mossy stone slabs. Some mossy stones here, maybe. A lot of it is because we got loads of cracked stone. I didn't need to put any of that on, but never mind. We'll take some rocky stone. We'll take a stack of stone slabs and there. Oop. There we go. Now, this wall is probably going to be a little more solid looking. It's not going to be as run down. Oh, yeah, it's the party tree. So remember I mentioned loads of villagers? This is their party tree. I don't question it. I never question the villagers. I fear the answer they may give me. Oh, don't need that. There we go. Now the problem is running the risk of overdoing it on the oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Texturing. It's really easy to overdo it, especially when you're otherwise trying to stay subtle. There we go. A little bit of andesite. I think it's a bit brighter. That's our andesite. But I also forget, because you can do things like this with the mason table. Just look at, like, you could do cobblestone bricks. But it's tricky, because you need to be careful with the type of brick you put down. Because it can look too bold. I think we want some of the mossy cobbled. A bit more over here where we're meeting the... Oh, hello! So coming to the end of the wall where it's... The earth is kind of shored up around it. Like, this is the perfect place for this kind of thing. Then we'll have like a mossy stone at the top. So the part that's really exposed to where this is all come in, shored up over time, I think that makes sense. Whoa! So much for protection. But another reason that this area should be really lit up. It's because we just get so many zombies in the area. That's another reason to nap often. So that you don't end up losing a villager because they can't be bothered to go to bed. Alright, so let's put some andesite bricks in. Because these look quite nice alongside regular bricks. There's a little bit of shading difference, so maybe we'll put those closer to the top. I think the top of the wall should go there. We could probably throw in some Anderson. Maybe? Because I'm worried now that I'm making it too busy. You can see what I meant from before, where if you put too much in, it's It's not a good idea. Something that's supposed to be a supporting wall. We can always replace the andesite bricks later. So we have that row along the top. And then, like, stairs, maybe? Does that come out too far? No, no, it's fine. Alright, where's this one? And some cracked brick. Oop, wrong one. There we go, and then... Yo, what up? Hello, tiny Pokemon 2! It's lovely to have you visit! We're in the middle of revamping our Cobblemon village. We've got a whole bunch of space that we're filling in. We've put some roads down. I'm just putting in a big wall here to shore up part of the village. And then we're going to be thinking about a big protective wall around it. Thank you! So it's just trying not to overdo it on the texturing, because you can really overwhelm everything very, very easily. Which is a big weakness I have in my building. But that's part of why I'm doing this. It's learning how to be a better builder, you know? But how are you doing? I hope you're having a lovely day. Start, middle, or end, whatever it may be. But, yeah, so we've got almost done with the wall. And then we just need to figure out how do we want to, like, top it off. There we are. So that's the wall there. Ooh. So it's, we'll put a bit more dirt along the top and also along the side to make it a little more even. But that's like just a retaining wall there, supporting the area, making sure that there's no landfall onto the area where the farmers are. We put in lots of granite paths, as you can see. It'll come up like this. It makes it a bit easier to have a look at this. My school's electricity went out apparently, so I get the day off. Well, who can say no to a free day off because the electricity ain't working? What a terrible fate. It's so awful that you can't go to school today. But I will endeavour to at least keep you a little bit entertained in the meantime. There's a lot of building over here at the moment. Looks very good, not gonna lie. Oh, well, thank you very much. Like, obviously these are all the naturally generated Minecraft buildings, with the exception, of course, being my base over yonder. So everything beyond this stone wall over here is all... excuse me, is all my base. We've got my little farm here. We've got my apricorn farm for all my Pokeball needs. And then we've got our in-progress Pokemon lab. Very in progress. I need to get back to it eventually, but right now we're focusing on the village. We're going to be putting in, like, we're going to put a building here. And the area we're at, we're going to maybe do a little, like, some market stalls and things. Eventually. Right now, however, we're evening out some of the terrain here. This path block line is where the wall is going to go, the defensive wall along this side of the village. And then we've got a Magikarp pond, which is lacking Magikarp, but that's because people haven't earned enough points for them yet. I didn't know you could have the apricorn leaves like that. I thought they had to stay on the tree. Well, the trick with that one is you have to have them connected. So I use, like, the apricorn logs on either side. But yeah, you can string them together like that. It actually makes it really handy. And, like, I know there's big fancy machines you can make to auto farm and stuff, but I like a little bit of manual farming. It feels a bit more organic that way. But this is what I've got so far. All the colours split off. And, of course, you can make it taller, you can make it longer. But this was the start of the apricorn orchard, and I'm still pretty pleased with it. And it means you have a lot of Pokeballs in easy reach at any given time. Way too lazy. Honestly, the same. Same. I do ask forgiveness for any sneezes and sniffles that may occur on the stream. The cold weather has just completely upended my body's regular routine, and it just wants to cough and hack and sneeze, even though I feel completely fine otherwise, which is really annoying. It's just, ugh. But I'll do my best not to splutter too much onto the stream. No one needs that in their ears, you know? Oh, we got an Arcanine visiting. That's a good place to jump up on the wall. There we go. Oh. Villagers don't look. I'm really looking forward to... Ooh, 65. I think that's slightly better than the one we caught previously. Mind you, we've got a fair few Pokemon already, and certainly this one several times, but... Never hurts to add a few more to the collection, you know? If we drop these in here... Then, well, a few of these, I think. Then what level are you? You're level 50, so, Let's think about this a moment. I think our people doesn't hurt, because we definitely have a few. And then maybe a couple of Ultra Balls. I have this... It's funny, like, I use Ultra Balls and Great Balls the least. And that's alright. I just got out of water polo season. Usually when algae's going nuts for a couple of weeks after. Oh, my fullest sympathies. But yeah, it do be like that sometimes. Winter is finally kind of going, yeah, no, it's my time. Even though it's still got a month-ish before it's allowed to knock on the doors. But the weather do what it do, you know? Level 50 super effective attack did number on a level 75 Vile Bloom. Ooh. I do love Vile Plume though. And Ingram's very good. Pay no attention to the EVs though, because I I don't generally pay attention to leveling those properly. Because this is a single player world, it's not really that important to me. But I might reset them and like grind them up properly in future if I decide I'm going to add something like a mod pack that adds trainers and things and gyms to challenge myself. There you go. Yeah, so we have a whole bunch of boundary we've been doing, lots of digging. As mentioned, we got the pond over there. Like, ooh. So we put a reinforced wall around most of it. And this is where Magikarps are going to be put. There's a point redemption. So you can, when you've got like I think it's 7,500 points at the moment, you can go, hey, I want to name a Magikarp. And I will then go into the collection of high-level Magikarp from our well, I say recent, but it was a couple months back now. Fishing endeavor to get shiny Magikarp with high IVs. And I now have quite a few spare Magikarp that are going to be available for people to name. And every time they get a name, they get released in the pond. So as yet, we don't have anyone with enough points, but I'm sure that'll happen eventually. I love playing competitors. It's usually bring that to Cobblemon. It's just to show that most Cobblemon servers that offer competitive Pokemon tournaments and stuff are fucking pay to win. Oh, yeah. I do think... I think there is a place for pay to win, but if you actually want to be fair and you want to do well, if you want to actually prove that you're worth joining, like, pay to win ain't the way, you know? It's like, if someone could just purchase everything off the bat, like, I mean, that's convenience, yeah. And certainly it helps run a server. I'm not going to dictate to them, like, how they choose to keep the lights on for the server room, you know? But at the same time, if you're going to do competitive stuff, like, maybe you need to have separate tournaments for those who pay for that and those that don't, because otherwise it's really not fair. But I am learning to love a little bit of competitive. I also play on a community server run by Vert from the Battlecraft SMP. You do need to have a subscription to him, either tier 1 on Twitch or tier 2 plus on YouTube. But we have sort of irregular tournaments run by players there. It's not pay to win at all. And folks there are very enthusiastic about learning. And certainly for those who have the competitive edge, more than a few have really gone all out with the Pokemon available. Because we tend to stay kind of vanilla-ish, like vanilla plus quality of life. So we don't have all the mons filling in the gaps. And that makes for really interesting metas. Alright, so the question becomes, do I want to get rid of this? Yeah. And then we'll bring this back out. Preserve the stone, because I want the stone for my own use. There we go. And then we'll put in dirt. That's pretty cool, yeah. And it's just nice to also just play on a server where folks want to have fun over, like, rubbing people's noses in it about victories. Right? Yeah, there's a bit of competitive ego, because that's fun, but not, like, in a rude way, if that makes sense. Alright, let's grab more dirt. Alright. How's this looking? That's much better. So I might bring the dirt a little bit down again. But otherwise, that's good progress. That's maybe a little too sharp there. Could be worth maybe putting a little bit of the wall. I love VGC in the main games. I've gone to some NRL tournaments and done pretty decent, but I don't have the budget to go all in with it with travel of stuff. Yeah, especially these days, it's so expensive, which can really handicap like taking part in these sort of things. But it's awesome that you really do well when you're competing. That's pretty cool. I admit I lack a bit of the competitive bite myself. Ooh, not bad for a female Eevee. Let's put you into the collection. Hey. So I'll need to grab more of those eventually, but that's fine. I think... that should do it for stonework. And then we want a bit mossy. Oh, thank you for the follow. I do try and stream Cobblemon usually Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and then I have a Steam backlog game day on Sundays, and at the minute we're playing Armored Core 6. Where it's Chapter 4. I love me some giant robots. But at the minute, I'm back to working on my personal world, though I might, on Wednesdays, do a bit more of the Cobblemon Academy mod pack, because I was quite enjoying that, and I want to try out their gym system. It also has things like all the Mons, so Pokemon that aren't part of the vanilla base experience yet are in there. And just a whole bunch of fun stuff involved. It's quite a different experience from like vanilla, if that makes sense. And that's really exciting to try out. Alright, so we've got that there, and then we want some stairs, I think. Let's do... yeah, some of those. And then stairs and andesite. Yeah. Alright, can't do those. Let's see if we could just add something on the top here. So I think... if we do... how does that look? How does that look along the top? Oh, that's not too bad. The question just becomes, what do we want to have in the corner over here? I might have to check that one out. Yeah, hey. Yeah, the Cobblemon Academy one was, like, they do a seasonal stream as well. They did one at the end of this summer, and they did one last year, and they're going to do one in sort of Q1 of next year. So they update their mod pack accordingly. But it's really fun. They have a really cool safari zone that's entirely designed to be like just the throw the ball and catch, and you can earn money to buy more balls. It's like the safari ball is the only one you can't actually craft accordingly. It's got loads of little things that I'd never considered that I've found really fun. And while I think I will always like vanilla best. Like, the mod packs that have all the bells and whistles are really fun to try out for funsies. Oh, excuse me. Oof. Alright, we do have another ad break coming up, so do beware of that if it procs while we're watching or chatting away. And it's lasts only for 3 minutes, and it ensures there's no pre-roll and no more ads for a good hour. Excuse me. Oh, it is going to be one of those days, I think. Oh, not quite. There we go. And then doop. And there. There we go. A little bit at the end doesn't quite work as I'd want it to, so I might put a brick there instead. And we could put like a lantern or a torch in the end. Yeah, I like that. We can also probably put like some walls along here, spaced out evenly to put light on. I think that will look really nice. So, where did I put those walls from before? So if we say 1, 2, 3 here, then how 6, 7, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we do 5 maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oop. Bit too high there. Five, 1, 2, 3, 5. Can do where are my ingots? There we go. Nuggets rather. And we like this one. So there we go. There we go. That looks nice. And then for this one, I think we can put it on top. There we go. So probably put a bit more of the green. So I might spread some more of that out. Yeah. Okay. And then I accidentally muted myself, so nobody heard what I just said. Oh, typical me. All right. One thing we will definitely do is more jack-o'-lanterns and hiding them with moss carpet, because that's actually proven quite nice for just general lighting around the area. And it means we can put like the sort of lots of lanterns around more aesthetically. But we'll see where we go from there. And hello to any lurkers who've stopped by. It's lovely to have you. But yeah, I like how that looks, but I think we do need a bit more mossy stone, and I think some mossy cobblestone will do the trick as well. So where did I put that moss? There's mossy cobblestone. Where is the moss? Aha. There we go. No, we want that. Just a bit more here and there. And let's grab a couple of these and take those back. Because it does give just that impression of wear and tear. Like, this wall has been around a while. That sort of maybe this was where a village was built on top of something much older, you know? And that also reflects the lore we have in this village, which is where all the calcite deposits around that aren't part of a geode are scars left over from ancient times when mythical and legendary Pokemon did battle. And it's seen as sacred by the villagers here, so they don't like it being mined up. That's fine. Alright, let's do this. And ad should now be over, so if anyone was caught by that, you should now be able to see everything as normal, or at the very least, see my inventory. What block did I remove? What a cracked. That's what I was after. I reorganized the bag after I found it, and I can't see it again. So it's like, where? Nope, there's the andesite brick. Andesite, cobblestone, cracked stone. There we go. There we go. So that reflects it being a little bit more of a worn area, and we can probably put some like bushes and leaves around here. Just to give it like a bit of growth, and we'll probably put like maybe some barrels and crates sort of things around to indicate like, hey, this is where the villagers are. Here are the villager farms. We can probably start thinking about expanding this now. Which means we probably take a bit of this out and move part of the path. Or keep the path there and put just a new patch in. And yeah, so that all reflects the stuff that's being built over here. But that will be for either later today or another day. But it's good to have it in mind. Like, what can you put in this space to fill it out and make it feel really lived in, you know? Speaking of lived, let's have a quick nap. Alright, and speaking of, let's see, we're currently at 578 seen and 558 caught. Or evolved, whatever you want to prefer. We've got most of the Kanto decks. I think Porygon is like one of the only things missing alongside Dragonite and obviously any legendaries, because I don't have any mod packs that add those in. Maybe later. Although I'm kind of inclined to wait for whenever Cobblemon does whatever official thing they're going to do to recognize having all the legendaries and such. And then this corner, we were going to knock this out and put a brick in. Let's do stone brick. That looks a bit better on the corner. Although... Actually, you know what? Where are they? Is it in here instead? Here we go. No, you don't get to nudge me off, mate. There we go. We'll put this on the corner. And we'll put a lantern on top of it. How does that look? I mean, pretty close to that, so maybe we can move that down. Doesn't hurt. Oop. There we go. And then we can put peony bush conveniently just there. And knock that there. Let's do this. There we go. That looks a bit better. That is higher up than the rest of it, so I might bring that down, but that also depends on if I bring this down. I don't know that I feel like doing that right now. Though its positioning is probably going to annoy me in the long run. If I don't look at it anymore, I won't see it. If I do not see it, it is not there. But we got this all done now, so that's good. So we've got the wall in. Maybe could be worth also putting it in a bit there. Something to think about. Excuse me. Alright, so back to the terraforming. So we got this all here. Oh, we even got Girder on site to help, I suppose. Or he's trying to show off that he can help. Part of what I thought might be an issue is because it comes down here and it's something pretty staccato kind of in a way, but I actually like that. Mostly because it makes you think about, like, how tall do you want a wall to be that's protective around a village? And then, does it go in tiers? How thick is it? Like, that's something I need to consider. Because the wall is going to run, obviously, down to the water here. And we're going to put a tiny little dock at the end as well. As, like, a gate to come in and out. But that comes all the way up here. Actually, we could do a flyby tour rather than just on the map. So we come up here. So the wall comes along here. And then we'll have the path over here. And we'll have another, like, gate to come on in. And then we fly along here. And then the wall will pick up over here. And just tuck around the back. Because the village is connected to a Badlands, which, again, part of the lore. The calcite is signs of where, like, attacks hit. But this whole wasteland area, this is, like, leftover devastation from whatever distant battle in the past occurred. But then we'll bring, like, the wall along here. Because this is part of the old path. But, like, here, it comes up, we'll come along here. So we're close, but we're going to cut off, obviously, access to the wasteland as much as we can. Then hem in up to here. And it cuts off again at the water. Because we've got a bridge here, which is my fishing bridge. But the fishing bridge is also already gated off. And there's not really too many other access points unless you want to cross the water over here where the apricorn farm is. I don't know why you'd do that. Why would you come and visit me? I don't welcome visitors. That's why I have this wall blocking off the access of the villagers to my house. It do be like that sometimes. But yeah, so we'll take just a quick aerial view. Yeah, I really like that. Was a good choice. Part of me just wondered, like, should we have done granite instead? But I don't think so. I think because a lot of we're going to change a lot of how the buildings look, and we're going to have another like stone palette, cobblestone. So having that wall in the same sort of texture, like, is good. Like, to say, like, no, these were all built around the same time. This is the kind of materials that the village used or has been using over the years for building out their tiny little civilization out here. Maybe they found the ruins of an old place and they built on top of it that was left over after whatever war devastated the area. That sort of thing. Now, this is where the wall's going to be. Thank you, 1 week. You can go away. Oop. There we are. Oh, hello. Don't have too many of these wandering around in the wild. Or at least over here. It's not a tall one. Those ones are fun. But I'm a bit of an Absol fan, and I tend to catch any Absols that show up on my property, so we're going to grab them. Not bad. Not the best, though. Ooh, another Eevee. What's special about this Eevee, I wonder? Excuse me! Oh, the sneezes will be the death of me. Oh, look at those. No. No. Come back here. You're going to be leveling fodder. Let's see. Will Aquatail do much? Yes! Alright, that's the knockout streak continued. But it's fun because there's a lot of Absol that tend to pop up in this area. And with, like, the lore, it feels really appropriate because obviously Absol got a bit of a bad reputation for showing up whenever danger was about to occur or some sort of disaster. But they could sense what was happening and were going to warn people. So the lots of wild Absols keeping an eye on the village, keeping an eye on the wastelands. What if there's a return in someday? That's kind of one of the things I'm thinking of. Oh, we paralyzed it. Excellent. Ugh, sneezing is the worst. Alright, let's see. What do we want to do here? Aquatail shouldn't knock you out. Ooh, did a good chunk of damage, though. Alright, let's see about catching you. Repeat ball can also be good because I have a lot. So let's try that first. But if you're still there, tiny Pokemon, or what? Pokemon 2, rather. What's your favourite Cobblemon Pokemon? Do you have a favourite model? And for any viewers who are just checking out the stream for the first time, hello. My name's Farley, and we're just talking about what are our favourite Cobblemon. Like, I love Absol. Doesn't being competitive is not a. I'm not throwing it at the Dragonair, goodness me. Like, there'll be some Pokemon that I just won't jive with, but I love the model. And, like, I love the animations they've given, like, the little tail wiggle there for the Dragonair. I think that's so cool. They've done such a good job with their animations. Alright, Duskmall, let's see if that does anything. Hey! So it's just dark enough over here for us to take advantage of that. And sleeping bag. Comforts mod, my beloved. Like, the sleeping bag is so handy, because, like, it doesn't reset your spawn, and it doesn't get rid of it once you've slept for the night. But it lets you, like, go exploring without having to worry about the dangers of night. Assuming you're not after a nighttime Pokemon, that is, of course. Alright, so. We're just trying to even out a little bit of the terrain over here. Ugh, it's cold. It is definitely a cold setting, and I do not like it. The Curse of Winter. That's what this is. Alright, so we've got this little bit here. Let's see if we come out. So I think we could probably get away with connecting like this level. But I don't want to go any higher than that. And then the question just becomes, do I want to bring this a bit further over, or... No, because it's going to get interrupted by the wall anyway. So that's not going to be relevant. The question is, do I want to get rid of these trees? That's kind of going to be important as well. Like, am I going to want to put more trees in? Am I not? What's going to be nice to have for the villagers, as well as any Pokemon visiting? My village is definitely a bit more of an Eevee fest than I ever imagined. I have so many Eevees showing up at random. But given the one of the earliest Eevees I had show up, when after I'd permanently picked this spot, was a shiny one, and I think it's the only clip I have at the moment on my channel, and it appeared early on after we'd set up the apricorn farm, and I've not seen a shiny Eevee since. So, but plenty of regular Eevees, so I figured like it's a good sign that we're in the right place if you want to hunt evolutions, that's for sure. Then... there we go. Does that look a little more natural? Kind of. That's better. Okay. There we go. The question becomes, do I want to even this little bit out here, or do I want to leave it as it is? Well, since we're here, and we've got the materials, we're going to take this tree down, and we're going to put the path that leads up to... There we go. Third time's the charm. Nope. So now we need to break out all our granite. Do I need the flagstones? I don't remember. What ones do we have? We have polished and bordered and yeah, 2 different types of polished and the bordered. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Then it's so I might just double check how did I do the other steps over here, because I think that's keeping that the same is important. Ah, here we go, because we did stairs there. That's fine. Then tried to keep that flat where we could. Okay. It's good to know. Because it's been a little while since I made those changes to the road. Alright, do we have steps? We do. We do in fact have steps. Oop. There we go. Alright, let's do... Wait, how did this look over here? No, it went like that. Okay. So we do this polished granite. Because it's easier to use this one. Alright, so this goes up to here. Do I have more of that one, or do I need to make some more? Ah, I'm gonna have to make some more. Okay. Oh no, I don't. Clever me. Clever past me. Oh, a Snorlax! Oh, we have to go check him out. Or her. Oh. Yes, please. Let's grab her. Let's grab a few more of these. I love the little belly wiggle when you throw the Pokeball at them and it hits. And hopefully catches. Yes! We have more than one Snorlax, but you know what? You can never have too many. I'm sure there's a Pokemon trainer out there who would disagree, but they are not me. I say you can't have too many. 3, 4. And then 1, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. There we go. So that is the path built down to where we'll have the wall. So then we just need to decide, does the wall trim along here? Or do we want to put like a... maybe continue this cobble fencing instead? Since it is the boundary line between where my base is and where the village is. That might work better. But we don't have to do it right now, so... But that was just enough of all of those blocks to do what we needed to do. So I'm pretty chuffed about that. Come on down here. I do think maybe we'll bring this wall in a little bit to match. Just feels like this space here is missing it, and it would. I think it would work. These do need to come down. They're currently just floating as they are. So where's my axe? There we go. Right, so going by these, we need the bell, and yeah, let's upgrade to stone bricks. Why not? Oh. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then it's a 4th. Did I lose one? Oh no, I did, didn't I? There we go. There we go. Oh hey, chestman. Let's catch ourselves a chestman. But also put a torch down over here, because it's a little dark. Hello, good sir. Or good madam, rather. On my quest for starters, I will say I'm still looking for Chikorita. Chikorita has become the bane of my existence. It is kind of a little bit of a running joke that I cannot catch Chikorita for love nor money. Thunderwave. Can I switch to Tortuga? Hopefully it won't get knocked out. And this is where I remember that I never actually assigned any proper moves to Tortuga. I've just had it in the pocket for leveling. Whoopsie! Ugh. It's just that time of year, I think. Alright, let's see. Oop. Water gun, bide, protect. Alright, let's do protect. That was probably the best. Hey! I'll put those away. I'll put you away as well. Let's heal up the team. And have a quick nap. Alright. Pardon the back to game menu screen a moment. I'm just fixing something. And that is not doing what it's supposed to. There we go. Alright, email I was hoping for has not arrived, but that's typical, so... Alright, so we got this done. We've got a nice extension of our path all the way down here. Hello, Mr. Enderman. I don't know why you're dodging around so much. Oh. Was it the skelly? Did the skelly scare you? I feel like the skelly must have been aiming at the... What is up with the Enderman? I don't know. Okay. Whatever it wants to do, I suppose. Alright, so we've got a path up here. So we could technically bring the wall a bit further out accordingly. Although I don't mind, like, building across here with the gate, because this is the path leading in. That's completely a-okay by me. Also depends on how thick we make the wall, because that's something I still need to consider. Like, how big a wall do you want? Like, do you want it like 3 bricks deep or just 1? Like, I mean, we've got our little wall here, but That's not necessarily a defensive wall, it's more just a perimeter wall. Saying, hey, this is my garden, this is my house, stay out. Oh, we got options. We got options. I think this has to go. Sadly. There we go. So we come up here with the wall. Alright, we're getting rid of this one as well. Hey, we got an apple and we got some sticks. Anything happen here? Needs to at least look like there's a wall that continues on. What else? Cracked. There we go. You're in the way, mate. Come on. Why are villagers like this? You're in the way. Get out of the way. I need to build. Thank you. Villagers. Alright, let's see. We want to grab andesite. And a little bit of stone as well. There we go. Let's do. Then I take some of the walls out because I didn't mean to put those away. Where are the stairs? Do I want andesite stair? I don't think it matters that much. Oh, there we go. That looks okay. I can also get rid of this lantern, this one, because we're going to have... one right here. There we go. That's better. So we come down here. It's got the retaining wall. Comes a bit over here. Then we come over here. Adds a bit of light to this side. We likes it, we does. Yes, we do. Excellent. That's exactly the kind of progress we want to see. Alright, so let's figure out what we're doing next. So we're coming back up here. So another thing we need to consider is what stone are we going to use for the wall? Because we've used granite for the floor, we've got regular stone for the internal buildings, so do we want to then go deep slate for the wall itself? Because that feels appropriate as being much more solid, much thicker, like a indication of like this is a wall that is they've gone into the depths of the earth to bring it back to the surface as a means of protection. Oh, hello. Hello, Torkoal. Oh. Oh, the sunlight is strong, eh? Okay. And I forgot to switch again. Alright, let's do a couple of heavy balls. We don't have a level difference at this time. Repeat ball, we have one, but not that many. So maybe we'll have a couple of ultra balls on standby. And of course I was muted there. Because of course I was. Oh. I need to change my mute key, I think. I just keep pressing it by mistake. Even when it's not a sneeze issue. But it do be like that sometimes, you know? Alright, let's clear this up. And then there we go. Where are my crafting tables? You'd think I'd see it off the bat, but no. There we go. Let's put those in there. Alright, I've got plenty of dirt in as backup. What? Bruh. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that iron golems are also not the brightest, given that they were made by villagers. Ooh, an Eevee. It's going to come a case of... Ooh, and a Ralts. Ooh. I want both. We're going to go for both, I think. Well, depending on what your stat... No. And a Gibble? Right, let's check the stats on the routes and then we'll go for the Gibble. As long as it doesn't go out of range. Where are you? Oh, we have to get you. Yes! We already caught a Gibble this stream as well, so this is proving quite handy. But what are you doing on the surface? Did you get lost? I mean, they're not the best stats I've seen, but I mean, I've definitely seen worse. And we'll take a heavy ball, and we'll take a level ball as well, because why not? Of course it missed. And of course it's my own Pokemon affected by the sandstorm. Because of course it is. There we go. Thank you, Ingram. So we've done a lot of good work here today. We've extended the path. We've done a lot of terraforming. We caught several good EVs, some Absols, and just a couple there at the end. So I wasn't expecting to show up. Only thing we haven't seen today is a shiny Pokemon. I'm sure that's just a matter of time. But yes, I think now we've got this path done, and we've got a little bit of the terraforming done. We need to consider what are we making the walls out of, what do they look like, how thick are they. Currently I'm thinking 3 thick, maybe 4. But I think it's going to be worth playing with a design up here where we've got the flattest space. Like, if anything, we'll probably knock all this away to keep it like a much lower level. It depends. Depends on how I'm feeling. And also then it'll be a case of how tall do we want the wall to be? Like, how big do we want the gates to be? Because at the minute, I'm kind of inclined to keep the wall as thick as, like, the path. So there's, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, like an inner road of 3, and then the outer wall is, like, 1, 2. But we'll see. It depends on how well we get with the building. But I think that is a puzzle that can wait until tomorrow. Because I am actually pretty hungry, and I do keep sneezing. So I want to go maybe take some medicine, clear my nose, get a nice cup of tea or a bowl of soup in me, and see where we go from there. But I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do a lot more building. I'm really psyched to get on with the village. And it's nice to be back in my own world again. So I will catch you all tomorrow. It'll be probably... Normally it's not at 10:30 on a Tuesday. So I do have something that's happening tomorrow, but I will probably be streaming from after 2:30 as usual. Maybe earlier, but definitely for longer. We're going to make it a bit of a longer stream to make up for the fact I've been away. And hopefully we'll get lots of building done, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Thanks for coming along, and I will see you tomorrow. Ta-ta!